104.1 KRBE. It's the Roula and Ryan Show. It is True Crime Tuesday.
If this is your first time hearing this, we started this a couple weeks ago just to see. I mean, look, unfortunately, there's a lot of crime in our city. And people call us all the time with different things that happen to them. So we thought, okay, well, tell us your story if you were a part of it in any way, whether you were the victim, you were the perpetrator, or somebody in your family had something happen to them. 713-390-KRBE.
And that texter, Sam, I did not. But what? This person says.
You got a text?
Behind the scenes, we can talk into each other's ears. So I'm like, Eric, do you see that texter? I'll read it for you, Eric, so you don't have to.
Earlier.
What's it
can't
say?
even go to Galveston without worrying about taking a poop. How he's going to hound a killer.
How's he going to be a vigilante?
Because right before Harry Styles, I said, I don't know if I can handle, a Dahmer type story. And Eric's like, oh, yeah, I want that. Maybe they'll tell us they did. I go, right, because you're going to go find them. Oh, yeah, I will.
I'm like a...
and I was like, right.
A second-rate Batman.
A second-rate
I don't have the money like that, but I know how to track people down. I do on this show all the time.
For closure.
Yeah, using intelligence
I can afford weapons.
Yeah, people want to see that side story. The side podcast is the animated feature called Eric is Trying to Hunt Down Killers.
If you get weapons, you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up... 30 seconds, you got to hear this. This is what happens when you have somebody that's not an expert handling weapons.
Sam, you are good.
Wrong one. Here we go.
Oh, dear.
Sorry. Oh, dear.
A few years ago, me and my best friend, we were teaching in rural East Texas. Every day I would pick her up for work because we were volleyball coaches, and we would go really early in the morning. Come to find out, she was taking a gun case out of her truck. The gun case was unzipped. The gun fell out and shot her through the arm. She immediately called me and said, hey, I'm going to be late for first period. I just shot myself. And she hung the phone up. So I drove to her house. She was sitting in the front lawn. Her mom had come over because she lives next door, and they wrapped a baby diaper around her arm. So we drove her to the emergency room. But it was a huge gunshot wound to her arm. It took over 50% of her upper arm. But she ended up surviving. And it's still crazy to this day.
50%?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So that's why I don't want you handling weapons, Eric.
Man.
Baby diaper. Good tourniquet. I didn't think of that.
I'm at least...
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay,
maybe
True Crime Tuesday.
Holster that vigilante.
I got my lethal launcher. I'm good.
Oh, God. Let's go to Olivia. She's got a story. Let's hear her story. True Crime Tuesday. Olivia, good morning.
Good morning, Roula. How are you?
We're good. Tell us about this jewelry heist.
A
Were you
what?
part of it, or you were in it? What happened with the jewelry heist?
No, I watched it. I was at work and worked in a small building or a small office that had the front was all glass, and there was a privately owned jewelry store just around the corner. And the jeweler had parked kind of in front of my window, and I'm talking to a coworker, and I look out, and I'm like, okay, that looks kind of weird. But basically the jeweler was in the trunk of his car getting everything together to go inside to talk to the jewelry store. And these two gentlemen walked past, and next thing I know, they're on the ground, and I'm like, what the heck did I just see?
Oh, my gosh.
So I told my coworker, I was like, oh, my gosh, something's going on, and hit the ground. So we locked the front door and just kind of watched everything happen.
Did you call 911?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm a little confused.
I forgot to call them.
Is the jeweler, he's like the guy, he's bringing diamonds into the jewelry store?
Yes. Yes.
And he didn't have a armored car or anything. It was just him with a briefcase.
Yep, just him in a briefcase.
Somebody must have been casing him.
Yeah, somebody knew.
Oh, God.
They knew his route, his habits,
Did
everything.
they have guns, or did they just overpower him and just tackle him and tie him up?
They just overpowered him, and
Did the cops come in time, Olivia, to get them, or they got away?
No, they got away. But I did, of course, have to do the whole lineup and pictures and my whole statement and everything. And,
were you able to pick somebody up out of the lineup?
Uh-huh.
Oh, and it was that person?
From what I remember, yes.
Oh,
I
so you got him.
I don't remember the whole, the final everything, but yes.
How long ago was this, Olivia? How long ago?
20 years.
20 years ago.
So it makes me nervous.
They gave him what? I'm sorry, I cut you off. They gave him what? They gave him how much time?
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember. Okay.
I think about you, you saw them, so they know if they got pinpoint. They know somebody saw them in that area.
That's why I'd be worried to identify somebody in a
it could be
lineup.
anywhere, really.
Yeah, but right there's a window.
Oh, that was
You
the
saw
lady.
people.
That was the lady that ducked onto the ground.
And then nowadays, you get out on bail. Then she
Totally
I'd be
does.
Oh,
scared.
God, for $10
Don't
you get it.
scare her.
I mean, that's 20 years.
It's 20 years.
Goodness.
I think
Thank
it's
God it
okay.
didn't happen
She's
now,
like, I'm going
Olivia.
into hiding.
But it's
Yeah,
scary.
seriously. Thank you so much, Olivia, for sharing your story. It's True Crime Tuesday at 713-390-KRBE. For anybody single and dating, there's always that joke you make, like, well, my God, how do you know he's not a serial killer? Well, what happened to Christina?
Oh, no.
Christina's on the line.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Christina.
Hi, good morning. Long time
Hi.
fan.
Thank you for
Morning.
listening. Tell us what happened to you with these dates.
So this was probably, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. I went on a dating app, met a guy. I was like, okay, we'll go on the first date. First date went good. Second date is where it got weird. We were at the restaurant, and the waiter comes up, and he's like, oh, you like him? What do you mean? I don't like him. He's like, would you cheat on me? I was like, this is a second date. So you get weird vibes. You go with your guide. I'm like, something's wrong with this person. Not going on a third date.
Mm-hmm.
Blew up my phone, kept calling me, had to change my number, all that stuff. About 6 months later, I see him. Sorry, it still gives me the creeps.
Wait, can you back up? You said about what?
6 years later?
6 years later?
6 months
Oh,
later.
6
months later.
6
Okay.
months later.
6 months later, I see his face plastered on the news. He had murdered his then girlfriend, stabbed her to death.
Oh, my God.
And all I kept thinking was, that could have been me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was giving you
Wow.
thank God you
Obsessive.
ran
You had a
with
guardian
your
angel.
gut instinct. I gotta get
Yeah.
away from this guy.
This makes me never ever want to date if my wife ever dumps me.
Yeah, it was, I don't know if you remember, it was 8 years ago, but he ran to Mexico. There was a big hunt for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's in life in prison now, but it was mortifying.
What was his name?
Getting ready in the morning and seeing his face on the radio or the.
Yes.
Do you remember his
Yeah,
name?
I do. His name was Troy Clay.
Troy Clay, he killed his
Look this
I'll
girlfriend.
have to look that up, yeah.
Oh man, Christina, that's
You're
scary.
so
So then
lucky.
how long after that? I mean, I would have probably been like, I can't trust anybody, I'm not gonna date anybody. Like, did you have
Oh,
like
yeah,
a dating hiatus
absolutely.
for a while after that?
Well, I had recently got divorced, and then after that, my ex-husband and I actually got back together and been together ever since. So,
Okay.
He was a paramedic?
yeah, she was a paramedic.
Oh,
She
that's
was right
She
up
was a
first thing.
paramedic in North Cyprus.
Yeah, it was.
He killed he killed a woman in
horrific
Elmo
story.
and fled to Mexico. He was 42 years old, charged with murder.
He's got those eyes that make
Let me see
him
his face.
kind of looks like he could.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
now
like a Dexter
I feel
situation.
so embarrassed that I even
how are you
even went
gonna
on
know?
a second date. But
Yeah,
I
you
didn't know
any better.
He seemed
Oh, that's
nice when I
crazy.
went out with him
Mhm.
the first time. The second time, it got a little possessive and creepy, and then blew up my phone.
This is the
Or-
stuff that scares the crap out of me. My daughter's out there in the dating world right now, and it just makes me so nervous. I got to lock her up, never let her go.
Oh my God. Okay, Christina, thank you so much for calling the show. You
I don't
freaked
want
us
you
all out
dating.
now.
You're gonna be like a serial killer. Lock her up.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I mean,
I went out with this girl one time, and her dad tried to murder me. The Ryan Chase story.
Dun, dun, dun.
By the way, the caller earlier where I said, I'd be scared. She's like, they have a one-way mirror, Eric. I'm not talking about at the police station. I'm talking about
When she actually witnessed
she witnessed the
heist.
crime through
Yeah.
a window, and
Yes.
it's pretty easy to tell who saw you.
yeah.
That's what I was
Wow.
talking
For those
about.
that
So
missed
you
it.
Back to Roula and Ryan.
Okay, we're talking about packages that were delivered accidentally to your house from Amazon.
Misdelivered Amazon packages. 713-390-KRB. Was that word on the air? I don't know if that word was on the air.
No, you didn't get through on the air. I'll tell you what. Somebody got next week's rapid fire quiz because I ordered all these questions from Amazon, and I'm like, they didn't show up. And then I
Show
look
to
at
my
the
house.
I look
All
at
right.
the I look at the picture, and I'm like, that's not my porch.
And what do they say? You try and return it, and they like just keep it, or do they say return it, like Amazon?
Is that
Oh,
what you really
Amazon,
offer?
they
Yeah,
say
that's a good point. Nobody probably offers.
a lot of people just keep it unless it's a major item. In the past on these calls, Eric, if something was a lot of money, people just were like, I guess I'll just pretend like it didn't
I've delivered
come
to
here.
a house like
I have
with
to.
the same number, but it's not the right street.
One
or
street
something.
over.
Yeah.
I'm like, they need this.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. I mean,
I
I
got-
usually I start tearing before I even look at the address sticker on it, and I'm like, this isn't mine. One
you
time
go
I got
back
like
and look.
these Barbie dolls, and it was around Christmas time. I'm like, oh, this feels this is somebody's Christmas gift for their daughter.
Yeah, I don't want to.
So I drove down the street and dropped it off to
The
him.
good thing is Shutterfly, that company you can make Christmas cards and stuff with.
Yep.
Their boxes are orange and white and it says Shutterfly on them.
It sticks
so
out.
I got that box at my door and I go, I didn't order anything from Shutterfly. And so I looked at the address and it was my neighbor two streets over. And I was like, clearly this person is probably waiting for something like birthday invitations or who knows
Now,
what's
if it's
in
a
here.
neighbor you don't like,
Well, I didn't know
I was going to
that.
say,
I've
it was
done
my
that
calendar
too.
that finally went to Roula's house.
The what?
Okay,
Oh, yeah, the
if people don't know about this
calendar.
calendar, Sam took a calendar, a sexy calendar for her husband, and somebody else got
Photos.
it.
Yes, someone else got the photos.
because you got the
Sam's
calendar.
The main picture on the front was my pictures. The inside was not mine, and it was a family. Still waiting for that
So
calendar.
the family got the calendar with their family on the front, then all of Sam's booby pictures inside.
I bet the guy got divorced. She's probably accused him.
Who is this woman?
We should try and find them.
Okay, there's
know how
another
we would.
Ryan on the line. Ryan in the room, Ryan on the
Okay.
line, who's going to call us, who's calling in to tell us what he got that was misdelivered at his door. 713-390-KRBE, and this one cost a lot of money. Hi, Ryan. Good morning.
Howdy, Roula. How are y'all doing?
Howdy. So what did you get misdelivered, and did you keep it?
I wish I could have kept it. So what got delivered was from Target, and it was one of those Shark Roomba that vacuums that would vacuum by themselves.
Oh, those aren't cheap.
What's that price?
Online, it was around $600.
Whoa, $600.
Oh yeah,
And
it
then
was, it was nice.
you're looking around like,
So
anybody see me?
my- Oh yeah, yeah. Well, my name was on it.
Oh,
Really?
Name
It was
was
the
on.
guy that it was confused with myself. We both had the same name.
Oh.
You're kidding. So how did I get your address?
Well, apparently Target.com, whenever they delivered or when they were doing something, they messed up the label and they just printed a label and it had my address on it instead of his. I guess we both have accounts at Target.com.
Did they ask for it back?
So Target did not ask for it back because they did not see that there was any kind of
they
a
didn't know.
miscommunication.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Exactly.
So-
So we were able to find a phone number for the people that it was supposed to go to.
Wow.
That's a good guy.
But when I went to work, my wife decided to go ahead and call the other people
Mhm.
and tell them that we have it. I wanted to keep it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's a good person. You're not.
So did she connect with them and they
Well,
got it
that's
back?
the truth. Yeah, no, that's true. I'm sorry?
Did they connect and they got it back?
Oh, yes.
I got
Apparently
your
it was a
crap.
wedding gift
Holding
from
it
their
for
aunt.
ransom.
Oh, it was a wedding gift from their aunt.
Yeah, did they give?
That's
Did
nice.
you get anything?
Their aunt or grandma.
I'd give you at least like $50. Like, hey, thank you so much for being
Oh, they
honest.
did.
Would.
They did.
They give you a
They
reward.
did. I gave it to my wife, though, because it wasn't me.
How much did they give you?
Straight face. It was like $25-50.
That's nice.
That was
Okay.
nice.
It
of
was
them.
definitely worth it.
A $600 vacuum. And it
Do
was
you
a
ever
charity.
have a problem finding bags for your vacuum cleaner?
That's why you get the Roomba.
Amazon just acquired Roomba.
Did they really?
The
they?
iRobot Roomba. They just
yeah.
$1.7 billion.
They have enough
Isn't
data
that what
on
Pitbull
us.
says in his song? Roomba.
Roomba.
Dun, 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 Roomba.
Roomba.
713-390-KRVE is our phone number. You're telling us what got misdelivered to your house. Ebony is on the line, and I think this was the gift that kept on giving. Hi, Ebony. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hello.
Morning.
Turn your radio down just to make sure there's no confusion with delay or feedback. And Ebony, tell us what you got by mistake.
So, I got, first of all, let me preface this by saying I got 3 kids. They eat a lot. So one day we get to the house and there's like a box of the like Hello Fresh, meal service or whatever. And so first I was like super excited thinking that somebody just felt sorry for me because we got 3 kids to feed. And they were like, oh, here's Hello Fresh. But we looked at the address and realized that it wasn't for us. And so my kids, I was going to keep the box.
Yeah.
And my kids were like, but Mom, what if this is all the food that he has? We have to deliver
See, your
this.
kids will always put you on the straight and narrow, even if you want to be
the
straying.
guilt trip.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we load the boxes up in the car. The address is in my neighborhood. It's just in a different section of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
So we delivered the box to the guy, rang the doorbell, and to be honest, he seemed a little unappreciative that we were, delivering the food.
Get the hell off my porch.
So
Yeah.
It happened 3 more times.
Oh,
I'm gonna keep that.
I'll keep it too.
Every single time, because of my kids, and they're so sweet and made me feel guilty, we would load up the box and go drop it off at the front, at the other part of the neighborhood.
And they're not light either because they got the dry ice in there.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
They are heavy,
Yeah,
yes.
and like a couple of times it was like 2 boxes. And so finally, after the 3rd time, I just said, you know what? If we get another box, game on. Like, we're going to bust that sucker open.
I do not blame you. I had something just like that happen. I took a package over to this guy, and he was a real jerk about it. He said, "What are you on my porch for?" I said, "Well, they delivered it to my place." And he just grabbed it from me. He slammed the door on me. I'm like, "Well, if I get another one, I'm not giving it to you."
Mm-mm.
So did you like your HelloFresh meal, Ebony? Was it delicious?
We did. We got like 2 or 3 more boxes, and I just kept them. And the kids had a heyday. We had steak and some other stuff.
Oh yeah!
You tried to do the right thing. The person wasn't even. It doesn't feel good when you're doing something nice for someone. They're like, "Oh, what, man?"
Why do you think they kept sending it to you? Did it have your address on it? What?
The addresses, so our addresses were similar, and he lived in a newer part of our subdivision, and so I think the driver, whoever delivered, just took it to the address.
Didn't exist on GPS.
He keeps coming back. He remembers. That's the house over there.
Yeah, where the hell?
Sometimes, Eric, they'll misread a label too, because I have a 2 in my address, and I always get the guy with the 3 in his address.
Okay, it's like The Price is Right. Now we know there's a 2 and there's 5 numbers.
And it's a golf course.
What are the other numbers in Ryan's address?
Figured out your phone number over a year. You should do that.
Yes, there's also a 5.
Y'all, yesterday somebody pulled up my driveway and they're like,
5.
"Eric, I really need to lay off you, man." And he's like, "I agree with you. Jersey Village is a wreck." And I said, "No, it's not."
Because we always say,
I love
don't
Jersey
be
Village.
crapping on your JV.
I love the JV.
Because if you're living there.
There was just one house that I didn't like, and she goes, "Oh, I know which one you're talking about."
We all got that one place or one house that doesn't fit.
Yep. Ebony, thanks for calling the show. Enjoy that HelloFresh as it comes. Nice steak night.
You're living it.
Yeah. You don't know which is the house is yours.
Oh, no.
Now, how have you ever been banned from anything? Like Will Smith banned from attending the Academy Awards for 10 years.
Yeah, not banned from winning one.
No, he
He's
can still
banned from
win.
going to the 4-hour torture ceremony.
Lucky.
Whoop-de-doo.
Okay, 713-390-KRBE is our phone number. And a lot of you guys have not acted nicely because we have a lot of phone calls.
Right,
of people
keep coming. We can
banned
fill it
for
up.
stuff. Okay, let's go to Avery on the line first. Hi, Avery. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Happy Monday.
Good morning.
Happy Monday, yes. Tell us where you were banned from and why.
I was banned from the YMCA in San Antonio
And why was this? Why were you banned from the Y?
because I got into a fight with one of the employees because she mistook me from a girl that cheated with her husband.
Oh, she thought you were the other
my
woman?
God.
Oh,
And what y'all got
I
later?
wasn't the other woman. I apparently looked like the other woman without glasses.
Oh, my God.
So she just yelled at you or tried to fight you?
She came up to me and punched me.
She punched you?
gosh.
Like where? In
And
the
then-
stomach or the face or what?
In the stomach. She
And then-
automatically came up to me and punched me in the stomach.
I hope it wasn't in the
And
locker
I
room while you were trying to
doubled over.
change.
You doubled over in pain. Did you, fight back?
Probably lost
Yeah, I doubled over, didn't know she was a YMCA employee, turned around and punched her and knocked her out.
No,
You
wait a
knocked her
second.
out?
I mean, you're just defending yourself, Avery, honestly.
Yeah.
But at what point did they not understand that you are the victim here for mistaken identity and you were assaulted by one of their own, yet they still banned you from their company? Why?
Because when I fought back, I ended up hurting her pretty bad because when I knocked her out, she fell and hit her head.
Oh, God,
But we
that's
both,
bad.
she got fired,
She's trying to
and
sue
I
you?
got banned.
No, she assaulted her. How
I know,
can
but-
she sue her?
Because this is 2022 and
Everybody sues everybody.
people sue
So
for
are you
anything.
banned from all YMCAs or just that one location in San Antonio?
Just that one location, and it's on the piece that for the reason why.
So when she came to and realized that you weren't the woman that was cheating with her man, did she ever apologize?
Yes, she did. She got fired, and she understood why she got fired. It's on her record and mine that in the YMCA reason why she got fired and why I'm not allowed there.
That's crazy.
You're just defending yourself.
You're just going for a nice swim.
She comes back from her concussion. Sorry about that punch, lady. You look like somebody I hate.
And the funny thing is, you're like, I really was that lady.
The plot thickens.
Wow, Avery, what a story. Thank you for sharing. Happy Monday to you. And now you know. Now we know. So
get a
somewhere in
punch in the
San
gut.
Antonio, Avery is not wanted.
When you're not expecting it, you get.
Would you rather take one in the gut or the face?
Sometimes the face in a way, but it depends. I mean, if it's
No,
your
I gotta-
nose,
I
you
gotta-
don't
I'm
want
taking
it.
the gut, man.
I'll
But
take
the gut, when you lose,
There's more
Can you get the wind knocked
The
out?
gut, you
Wind is out
can,
of you,
yeah, but
you're
you can
down,
hide
you can-
that. If you get a shiner, you're walking around in the office, you got to explain
I'm
that.
just saying for getting your ass kicked. Once they hit you in the stomach, you're down. They can just pummel your face.
Ugh.
Well, let's go to Kim and get Kim's story of where Kim's been banned from. I understand it's 3 different locations that Kim has been banned from, not just one.
3?
We're asking where have you? Are you someone who's listening right now who's been banned from a location based on the Will Smith banning of the Academy Award story? And wow, Kim's got 3 spots she's not allowed to go to. But why? Let's find out. Hi, Kim. Hello.
Good morning. What were you banned from, Kim?
I have been banned from 3 different mall Santa Claus places.
Mall Santa Claus places.
So you cannot go see Santa Claus at 3 different malls.
Correct.
What'd you do to
On his
cause
lap?
Yeah,
this?
why?
Yeah.
Technically, I didn't do anything. My eldest daughter beat up 3 Santa Claus because they tried to pick her up.
How old was she?
22.
2, 3, and 4.
Wait, a 2-year-old beat up Santa?
No, that's
So
a 2-year-old.
so the 2-year-old starts wailing on the Santa Claus.
Oh,
And
yes.
yes, 2-year-olds can physically assault you because I was physically assaulted by
You
my own
can't fight
child.
back. You're Santa
In
Claus.
the
You can't,
parking lot.
push the kid off
Like
you.
it's
When they
Scratch
don't
it.
want something, it's over. They'll scratch, they'll pull, they'll
Why'd you keep, after the first one, why did you go back 2 more times?
to different malls.
I thought she was older, more mature. She could handle it. But she's 16 now, and she still can't stand being touched.
Wow, so it's interesting because usually the parents put the child on the Santa lap or next to the Santa. But in this case, with all 3 Santas, they were saying, come on, step up here, little girl. And they were trying to help her onto the lap. And that's where she freaked out on them.
Yes.
So did you just think it was like, this is just one Santa looks menacing to her. Let's go to another mall Santa. He'll look nicer.
A year later.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
What malls were
Yeah,
they?
what malls are they? Are they here local?
Are they local?
Yes. Woodlands, Deerbrook, and Willowbrook.
So what happens if you try and show up? Like, is your picture there every holiday season? Do not take a
The
picture of
elves
this lady.
know who she is.
Yeah.
I have a younger daughter, and she's never been to see Santa because I'm too traumatized from it.
I don't blame
Wow.
Don't blame you at all.
Wow.
Don't blame you.
Kim, that's a
But
first.
you
I would
go to the
think there
mall,
would be-
though. You can still go to the mall. You just can't go to Santa.
Can't go sit in Santa's lap. I would think there would be a ban list for kids that peed in Santa's lap, too.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
that's different.
Little kids that
because
get
that's
scared
Just, they
and
get
they
scared.
tinkle
They're
on
not doing
Santa.
it on purpose.
Oh, that's the last thing. Oh, okay. Could you pee? Now I'm going to kick you out of here forever. That won't traumatize a kid.
All right, that's humiliating.
Yeah.
Seriously, Kim's kid had to really haul off and punch Santa Claus to
And
get
screaming and start hitting.
Kim, thanks for sharing your story. I don't know if I should say I'm sorry or not. Maybe it's better for you that you stay
When you see
away.
kids, when you guys see kids behaving really badly, you give the disapproving eye to the parents, don't you? Like, it's the parents' fault.
I don't blame kids.
Sometimes.
But then-
Sometimes you don't know the kid's situation. Like once if he has, something
That's
going
true.
on with him and then you're judging them and it's like, I can't help it.
Right.
No,
I've
you don't
learned
know.
that,
You don't know what's
so
happening.
That's why I just don't judge them. Like on the airplane, if a baby's screaming or crying, it's like
Sucks.
staring at them
But
isn't going to make the situation
No.
any
Believe
better
me.
and
No,
it's
I
going to
feel
make them
sorry for
so
everybody.
uncomfortable.
And the parents
So
are already sweating.
Yeah.
Before they even get on that plane, they are sweating. It's like a
that just
gamble.
keeps in my
Oh,
mind.
please just
It
don't
just
cry.
saddens me,
Please, please just don't cry. Don't cry. Don't
My
cry.
dad refused to take my brother and I anywhere until we were at least 2 years old and we can be told
And understand.
and understand to shut up. So we never went out to dinner and we never took any plane trips for those first 2 years of my life and of his life. So
4
I
years
had to
for
get
you?
screwed for some of my life too. When he came along,
Go to the
You
plane.
never played until you were 4. You're making up for it ever since.
Eastern Airlines had to wait.